is nothing wrong with your television. Do not attempt to adjust the picture. We are now controlling the transmission. We control the horizontal and the vertical. We can deluge you with 1,000 channels or expand one single image to crystal clarity and beyond. We can shape your vision to anything our imagination can conceive. We will control all that you see and hear. You are about to experience the awe and mystery which reaches from the deepest inner mind to the outer limits.
And that sums up media as a whole. Now we come to Columbine. Okay, now we've heard Bowling for Columbine, okay, by Tubbs Thompson. How he is a paid shill, okay, of government, a bar, a barrier, that people believe that this man, okay, whom we call Tubbs Thompson, Michael Moore to be precise, is answering our, or rather the US people's complaints to government. He isn't, he's a shill. He's a barrier to government, to prevent people going directly to government if possible. We have it the same in the United Kingdom. We have a group also paid for by taxpayers, as Michael Moore is, and does very well out of films and books. Of course, amazing where he gets the money from, isn't it? We have a group called the 38 Degrees, and the people in the thousands are saying, yeah, that's answering our questions to government. No, it's not. It's a bar and a barrier to getting to government. And people are beginning to see this. Okay, now this is Columbine, and we've a few questions. This is 10 years on from the incident, and this is entitled Remembering Columbine.
Shooting in U.S. history. 2 teenagers killed a teacher and 12 fellow students at Colorado's Columbine High, and they also wounded 24 others before committing suicide. CBS News correspondent Mark Strassman is at Columbine High this morning. Good morning, Mark.
No, you're not.
Good morning, Harry.
That's a blue or green screen. He's not there, you can see it by the pig in shape. He's inserted, that pigging thing is standing out behind him.
Columbine High behind me is closed today for this anniversary, and for many people in this community, this is bound to be a rough day. They're memories of kids killing other kids. In
Really?
Columbine's chaos...
What's this? What's shifted from here? Where are all the pigging kids? There's hundreds and hundreds of frigging kids. Here again, it's like Sandy Hook and the pigging rest of them. Don't you just get sick to the back teeth of them presenting a few kids that are supposed to represent hundreds of kids? Where are the pigging masses?
He was the boy in the window.
Look at this.
Patrick Ireland's fight to overcome the unthinkable stood out.
What's wrong with this footage? I'm going to run through this very, very quickly, okay, because of the obvious. And people should be asking the pigging obvious. Okay, let's get the name again. Patrick Ireland.
Boy in the window. Patrick Ireland's fight to overcome the
What is wrong with this? First of all, the window has been shot out, okay, by a bullet. Now you tell me something, buddy boys, who believe this lot as being true, because Michael Moore says it's true, because he works for the frigging government. How has this become smoothed out? How has this bottom ledge become smoothed out? By a bullet hitting the pigging window. This here is not like this here. It should be, shouldn't it? Why has all the glass been smoothed out or removed from here? Because you can see it as well as see it here. There's no jagged edges.
unthinkable stood out.
There is none. Why have they removed this glass shards from the bottom and the side? Simply because if you play this out in real life, this fella here would have had his, not just been caught on it, but would have had his legs ripped open and probably a vein ripped open and bled to death. So they can't have that. Secondly, this vehicle is turned up in the right spot. This guy has got on the top. Where's the pigging ladder to help the man down? But we always come back to this. That's been smoothed out. So this has been prepared. There's a cameraman on a hoist to get to the level of this. So they've managed to hire a hoist in a very short period of time to climb into it, to get up there and to film this. Whilst they would not have been allowed to do so because they'd have been driven back, because it is dangerous. Even these have their guns pointed towards here in case Eric, Dylan turn back up, and he's here like Action Man here, the same. They're covering themselves, but not the cameraman.
Then and now.
My entire instinct was just for survival.
Really?
Get out.
In their rampage, killers Dylan Klebold and Eric Harris left Ireland in the library, shot twice in the head. Partially paralyzed, delirious, he willed himself toward...
Yeah, he willed himself. So he got shot in the pig in the head. He's got brain damage from 2 bullets in the head which cracked the skull. So therefore he's also got plates in his head, and he's got scarring, okay, from the incident itself. Could you possibly show us?
toward the window.
Come on,
So
sir.
now, when you look at this, what goes through your mind?
My entire
It's there, smoothed out again. It's all smoothed out.
crawl was filled with just adrenaline and fear.
Yeah.
The fact that they might come back in and
Really?
kill me.
Well, you show us, buddy boy, as anybody else would show us, the scars and the plate. Come on, show us.
That they might come back in.
Where's the evidence? Where is the evidence? Oh, people will say, well, he says so, says so, says so. That's not evidence. That's hearsay. That's not evidence. Where's the evidence of this? There's no evidence that that window was shot out. As we say, the fact is that that window was broken and then smoothed out at the bottom. That's evident. And at the side, that's evident. There is no scarring to the head here. There's no plates in the head. That is evident. There's no evidence at all that this incident took place, that this man was injured. In fact, there was no evidence that this was the person coming out of the window. It's all based upon words, not evidence. And people have been sucked into the words.
And kill me.
13 people were killed in the rampage, and last night, Columbine's community remembered the fallen. 1 teacher and 12 students, including Daniel Mauser.
Smiling innocence, I guess is the way I would describe him.
And even though Tom Mauser lost a son,
The parents here have had the victory.
Oh, this is the New World Order. Get rid of humanity and put these plonkers in to show that we've got to get rid of humanity. This man has never shown and never will show, like the rest in Sandy Hook and Virginia and the rest of these school shootings, so-called, any humanity. They're all Hollywood-style poor actors. Basic psychopaths. Basic psychopaths. Oh, well, my son's dead, my daughter's dead. So what? Well, we've got the victory. Can you imagine your daughter being shot, or your son being shot, or your wife being shot, etc., and you going round going, ho, 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 ho. Yeah, right, we got the victory. We've got it. Can you? Can you really? See, what these are expressing here as crisis actors is for the New World Order. You've got to have a different mindset. You've got to have a victorious mindset. You shouldn't be traumatised by the loss of your child. You should have no feelings for your child, no love for your child. It's but a child. Another human being. That's all it is. That's all it is. say these crisis actors. That's all it is. So move on. Your daughter's dead, you've been shot by some bugger, move on. It's all glorious. And if you don't move on, if a new world order takes place, of a new mindset, and a new order in every aspect of life, area of life, then you will be sectioned until you do conform. Logan's Run. More modern one is called the Island. You will be sectioned. You've got to act like this man. You've got to act like Virginia Tech. You've got to act like Sandy Hook. You've got to act like every college incident, every terrorist incident. They all act the same, and you've got to act the same. Because the new world order demands no humanity, no feelings. Simply zombies walking around, eulogizing the media and the government. Declaring that the media doesn't tell lies, it doesn't con people, it's not up to deception like it used to be, and the same with government. That these two mediums are perfect, upright, honest, full of rectitude. That's what the New World Order requires us to believe, and it's getting that way now, that multitudes are actually within the sphere of a New World Order. They've yet to tackle the totality of their humanity that they've got to get rid of. They've got rid of their thinking. They've got rid of their asking questions of media and of government. The last part, get rid of your humanity.
We have shown that we can overcome it.
It's a victory this community sees in lives
It's all a
they've
victory.
rebuilt.
Will never be normal. I mean, get back to normal. We just had to redefine what normal is.
See?
In Patrick Ireland's case, he had to learn to walk and talk again. He graduated...
Hang on a minute.
We just had to redefine what normal is.
In
Patrick Ireland. Yeah, right. They stuck a pig in head on that, haven't they? The neck doesn't fit the head and the body. Still. And this is also gone west. That's thicker than that. And the wrist has gone. It's photoshopping.
Ireland's case, he had to learn to walk and talk again. He graduated valedictorian of his Columbine class, got married,
So you
and
see
is
what I
now
mean?
a financial planner.
It's victory. All the time victory. Nothing negative. It's all victory, victory in the New World Order. That creates the paradise that the New World Order is promoting.
I'm not going to allow that event define who I am as a person.
There you go.
Many people here say the same thing. They're not going to allow the event to define who they are or what they can achieve in
See?
life. Inside this school, the library where most of the killings happen has been torn out. An atrium has...
Oh, I like how now they've put the sound effects of vehicles. When he started off, there was none of these vehicles passing that had any noise.
replaced it. But other scars here, even with time, have never gone away. Harry?
Mark Strassman, thank you.
Nice one.
Joining us
Nice
now
touch.
from Denver are two Columbine survivors. Lauren Byer-Bond was a 15-year-old freshman that day, and Craig Scott, who was in the school library and whose sister Rachel was the...
Do you know, I'm not going to go on with this because we've all seen it now defined. A pack of liars. And of course, she's laughing at picking her head off, and he's trying to concentrate on what to say because they're getting paid for this. Well paid for this. Again, they've already got paid once, twice, 3 times, how many times they've been in front of the media, but now 10 years on, they're getting paid for it again. And not just this, but other news outlets will be paying them. They're sitting pretty until one day they wake up and then they find themselves, the whole little world comes crashing down. It'll come. Some people call it karma. In reality, it's providence. Turns the tables.